And here at home, California is making progress cutting down the backlog of coronavirus tests. Over the weekend, the governor said the number of people waiting for results has been cut from 60,000 to 13,000. The governor also announced a new partnership with UC Davis and UC San Diego to create more hubs to test more people. He also said the company Abbott, which is known for that rapid 5-minute test, is committed to opening 75 test sites throughout California. There's also a new website for medical supplies, covid19supplies.cad.gov. It lets people and companies donate, sell, or make supplies for medical workers. We're expecting an update from the governor on emergency actions this week for care facilities and securing thousands of beds to prepare for a surge in cases. You can watch that today at noon right here on our app or abc10.com. Holy Week is also underway. Christians prepare to celebrate Easter this coming Sunday. We're also approaching Passover and Ramadan. Carlos Herrera found that the stay-at-home order forcing people to worship in new ways has some having a tough time with the new rules.
Many important holy celebrations for billions around the world and thousands here in the Sacramento area happened this month. For Bayside Church here in Midtown, they're getting ready for one of their biggest celebrations of the year, Easter Sunday, which is this weekend, but it's celebrated online. The coronavirus has forced many faith centers in the Sacramento region to move to online services. Those who haven't are now facing the law. Yesterday, the pastor of Cross Culture Christian Center in Lodi was met by police officers to stop all in-person services.
We as a church are pretty resilient. Our hope and prayer is obviously that soon the church would be considered essential as it should be.
Now the faithful all around the area are preparing to celebrate major religious holidays like Easter, Ramadan, and Passover at home. All of them usually involve interaction with the community. Bayside Church pastor Kurt Harlow tells us it'll be the different and difficult Easter Sunday, but one that teaches them an important lesson.
Maybe just one Easter off from all the pageantry will help us rediscover the real purpose of Easter. There's certainly a lot of power in tradition and church tradition, but maybe we strip all that away and we get back to what Jesus really wanted us to learn as Christians and how we treat each other, how we love each other, how we treat our world.
He says he's expecting thousands to experience the same spiritual connection through virtual service. Other congregation leaders say this new experience will make sure that these parishioners now are more closer and connected than ever. I'll send it back over to you.
All right, Carlos, thank you. That $2.2 trillion stimulus plan passed by Congress, also known as the CARES Act, is more than just personal checks for Americans. $350 billion going straight to small businesses facing difficult times during the pandemic. Kirsten Holmes now spoke with one local bank owner to find out how this whole thing works.
The goal is to get our businesses afloat, give them what they need to make payroll on a monthly basis and allow them to keep their staff employed.
Virginia Varela runs Golden Pacific Bank in Sacramento, Yuba City, and Live Oak. She says there are several pieces of the CARES Act that are here to help. There's the updated business tax provisions, small business association loans specific to the pandemic, and the Paycheck Protection Program.
And that one is especially interesting because there's a forgiveness period, which means for a period of time, you will not have to make payments on that funding. And the goal is to get businesses up and running and be able to pay their payroll so they can keep their staff employed.
This after more than 6.6 million Americans filed for unemployment in the last full week of March alone.
What it does is allows the bank to get funding up to 2.5 times what their average payroll was for the past 12 months. So they get that money in, but it's based on whatever the payroll was before the crisis occurred. So that means they're encouraged to hire back people that they let go of because of the crisis, or gear up so that they're at the same levels of productivity and staffing that they were before the crisis hit.
That will put people back to work, but how long do we have to wait? The answer isn't clear.
The act put in place very quickly, and the bankers are still waiting for guidance, for example, with the PPP program. So we can't make commitments, although I can tell you that everybody's working round the clock to get the money out.
If you already have an SBA loan, you may qualify not to make any payments for 6 months. And Varela says, don't forget, state and other local resources are also available.
Get as informed as I can, go to the SBA website, go to the iBank website, talk to their banker, and get ready because the money will be flowing out sooner than later, and they want to be prepared to get back in business in normal conditions ASAP.
Kirsten Holmes with a little bit of a deeper dive and a final tip from bankers: beware of scams. She says go to the SBA website, go to your Chamber of Commerce website, get reputable and reliable information, and work with a banker that you trust.